Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to bring you a video on 5 steps to increase your credit score by 150 points in 60 days. So if you're new to my channel, new to my content, this channel is dedicated to help you no matter where you are in your credit journey and to teach you how to leverage lines of credit to produce passive income. Now, this video is designed because this is a question I get a lot at my website. Also, if you don't know, I have a webinar coming up on how to increase your credit score and get more credit card approvals. It's coming on September 18th, and I'm going to leave the link in the description of this video. Now, many people might have an emergency. They have to look for an apartment. They may need to purchase a vehicle or even try to get their credit score up to get a home. And here are these 5 easy steps that you can do to improve your credit score, especially if you're in a bind. Now, keep in mind, you guys, there's a lot of scammers on YouTube, so watch my comment section. Make sure if somebody reply with my picture, click on that person's reply and check their subscribers. If it don't match my channel, please ignore them. If you find that, report that person as spam. Okay, so let's get into the information. Now, your number one strategy, and I'm giving you like my consulting, when I was consulting people, here is the strategy that you're always going to employ if you're trying to increase your credit score. Make sure, you guys, you listen to this whole video, because my last point is going to be my most important point for all of this to work for you. Okay, I repeat, listen to the end of the video for this to work for you. Number one, it's a misconception that people look at the factors, the biggest factors of your credit score, and they always focus on payment history. Payment history is 35%, but what they neglect to look at is utilization is 35% of your credit score. This is the second largest chunk of your credit score that is only 5% difference from payment history. So utilization is 30% and payment history is 35%. That makes up 65% of your credit score. So if you're going to be wise, your first place you want to look at is your utilization, because that's the quickest way to improve your credit score. If you focus on that, you don't have to remove one negative item to get your credit score to go up. So that is where you start. So the first thing you want to do, if you have existing credit cards, you need to pay those credit cards down. If possibly, pay them off. Okay? You want to make sure your overall credit utilization on your current cards is at or below 7%. You can see 60 to 80 points just by doing that, especially if you're a person who utilization on your credit score is over 30%. Okay, so just by doing that alone, you're going to see your score go up. So at bare minimum, you want to pay them down to 29% if you really have an emergency to get your score up. So that's the first place you want to start. You want to pay that down as soon as your credit score update. So what you're going to see in that scenario, you can, and I got videos talking about this, you want to make sure you're going to have your credit card, each one have a statement date and a reporting date. So each card statement date and reporting date is different. So you might have a card that statement date is at the beginning of the month. around the 4th, and usually the reporting date, you need to call your credit card company to find out when that card reports to the credit bureaus of that balance being paid down. You want to make sure you pay it before those dates. So when your score update, if that card is at September 4th, it had to be paid down. You want to pay it down before that. And the reporting date could be on the 6th. You want to pay that down. If you have another card by the 15th, you want to pay it down before the 15th. But you need to call your credit card company to find out, because you can see your score go up immediately by applying that strategy. So that's going to be number 1. Number 2, aiming at your utilization. If your credit score is underneath a 700, you need to add unsecured lines of credit. Let me repeat. Unsecured lines of credit, revolving lines of credit. The reason why you do unsecured lines of credit, because what people don't tell you, utilization, credit cards is what drive the credit industry, because credit and banks make money off of interest. So they want to see that you use credit cards. That is their primary way of them making money, is via interest. This is why credit cards fuel the credit system. So by you getting an additional credit card or some kind of line of credit, adding on to your credit report, you will see on average with my clients an increase of 49 points. I'm not taking any more clients, so don't ask me. You just got to apply this information. You want to get a unsecured line of credit, a credit card, or a line of credit, and it will add on average 49 points and up. Okay, that's only if your credit score is below 700. That will not work if your credit score is above 700, because if you add a new line of credit, it will decrease your score because it affects your age of credit. But with my clients, those that's under a 700 credit score, that actually boost their credit score. The lower your credit score is, the more points you're going to see by implementing that. Now, this is what you got to keep in mind. Don't go crazy and add a ton all in 1 month. You only want to do one at a time. Add that one credit card and let it report to your credit report. And then if you can, get another one until you reach 700. Then you stop. Okay? So you want to make sure you do that. All right? Now, also, you got to apply for lines of credit within your credit score and whatever your credit profile is. So some of you guys might have a lot of negative items, so you want to apply for those that's going to accept you. Now, in my webinar, we give you a list of cards that you should apply for according to your credit score. So like I said, if you want to sign up for that webinar, you can do so. The link will be in the description. Now, you got to make sure you minimize your hard inquiries at the same time and find those that's just about, you want to try to go for the short shot of those who are going to approve you. So, which is going to lead me to my third option and my third step, piggybacking off of what I just said. This is why I give you guys soft pre-approval credit card opportunities, because just like I said for the second point, you want to find people that will willingly give you a card. Now, the soft pull pre-approval will give you an indication. Do you fit in the credit profile that this company is looking for? I'm telling you, Banks make money primarily off of interest. So even if you have bad credit, there are some banks that specialize. They like bad credit. And if you haven't watched some of my other videos where I explain this, banks primarily only make money off of interest. Annual fees, they don't make a lot of money off of. So they like bad credit because they can give you a smaller line of credit and charge you higher interest. That is why you can find a line of credit or a credit card that deal with your credit score. You just got to know who's going to accept you. So the soft pull pre-approval method or pre-qualification method will give you an indication so you can control you getting hard inquiries and pulling the trigger. So what happened with the soft pull, you get an idea. If they don't pre-approve you, then you already know you are not going to apply for that card. Now, it is a possibility they can approve you and you still get denied. But that's part of the game. But the key is, if you are able to get approved, each hard inquiry costs you 3 points. But if you got approved, it don't matter, because like I told you, you on average are going to see an increase of 49 points being added. So what? You know, the 49 points compared to you getting 44 points increase, 45 points, it balances itself out. So you want to make sure you minimize your hard inquiries. You don't want to go crazy because each hard inquiry will cost you 3 points. So if you are a person who currently have a lot of hard inquiries, you might want to remove those, because that third step of minimizing hard inquiries or removing hard inquiries, what you going to do if you have a lot of hard inquiries, each one you remove, you can see an increase of 3 points. So you want to attack that. Hard inquiries is very easy to remove. Probably the easiest thing you can remove in negative credit items. So what you can do at my website, we got a free hard inquiry removal package. Follow the instructions and send those letters out. It's absolutely free, but make sure you read the instructions on those letters and follow them to the T. Make sure all your letters are sent certified mail. So if you can remove those or minimize your hard inquiries, especially if you can remove them, you can see points. So if you got 3, you could see from 3 to 5 points for each hard inquiry removed. So if it's 5 points that you're getting removed off your credit for 3 inquiries for each one, that's 15 points. So that's where you want to focus at. The third part, you want to minimize and remove, if possible, your hard inquiries. All right. Number 4, this might not apply to everybody, but some people have collections, whether it be medical collections or just regular consumer collections. If you have collections are costing you 15 to 25 points for each collection reporting. So what you need to do if you have a collection to get those points to increase on your credit score, along with while you're doing the other steps, the 1 through 4 right now, you want to make sure if you have a collection, you send out a debt validation letter. Okay. If you need more details on why I'm saying a debt validation letter, I have 2 videos right now talking about collections and collection companies. Debt validations is your right under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act to make that collection company, that third party, show they have legal right to collect on the debt. We have those collection removal letters at my website. So many times people can send out this debt validation letter. If they can't prove it within 30 days, They cannot report it, or many times some companies just remove it. Okay, so understand this: if you can get that collection off of your credit, you should get 15 to 25 points by doing that. You always send a debt validation letter directly to the collection company, certified mail, so you have proof. You're not sending this letter to the credit bureaus. You're sending it to the collection company. So that would be step number 4. Step number 5, and the one that all of these are contingent on for working, you got to make sure if you got any open accounts, and I'm talking about, let's say your car, you got a car note, and that payments, you got late payments that are in default, or they're late payments. You got 3 months, those payments have been late. You need to catch that account up because it's an open current account. Anytime you have a late payment report or any new negative item, it automatically drops your credit score. Okay, and usually on average 25 to 50 points just for that one negative item immediately hitting your credit. So if that happened to you, you have a new collection that show up, you missed payments, or you're behind on payments. For those behind on payments, you need to bring that current before you even attempt to do all of this. Okay, for it to be effective, bring that payment current. Okay, and you need to wait, once you bring that payment current, 90 days. Because after you got one negative item hit you, it's not much you can do. The way the algorithm works, for 90 days, your score is just going to be down. Okay, unless it was an accident and that company can totally reverse that payment, which is kind of rare, or not that payment, reverse that reporting. Now, if that happens, then you can proceed with the steps that I had mentioned here. But if you get something negative reporting, is nothing you can do for the next 90 days to bring your score up. So if you have an account that is negative right now, reporting negative, that just hit you, like your car note is behind, bring that current and wait 90 days and then do these steps. If you have a new charge off or collection, you don't pay those, you just let it sit. And if it's a collection, send a debt validation letter. If it's a charge off, let it sit for 90 days. You'll start to see your score go up. If you just have one missed payment, wait after 90 days, your score will go up. And then start to apply these steps. So hopefully this is helpful. If you got questions, general questions, you could put it in the comments section and I can answer them. But if you have personal questions that you need to ask me, go to my website. You can submit your questions. It go directly to my cell phone. As a reminder, hard inquiry removal letters, we have them for free at my website. If you need debt validation letters, or AKA collection removal letters, we also have it at my website. The links for all this stuff I said is in the description of my video. So hopefully this is helpful, and I hope you guys subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.